So hey there, today we're looking at the Kobalt lithium ion 40 volt battery pack. This is a 2 amp hour one here. And I just took one apart. Here I have more than one. And there's what it looks like. This one's a 4 amp hour, so there are 20 cells. So it's going to be a 10S, 10 cells in series, 2 in parallel, and then this one would just be 10 in series, right? So 10 cells here, 20 cells here. It was really nice. I took it apart, 4 screws. Uses this Torx bit with a hole in the middle there, like a security Torx bit. So here, 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 and here. You pop the plastic on the sides, pops right out. I didn't have to break anything. I didn't have to break anything to get in there. Here's what the so I have connectors into the circuit board, the protection circuit board, which is over here. So there's the circuit board. So I'm assuming the cell monitoring and all that happens here at the cell level on this board. And a little temperature guy here. And then there's the button that you test it with. Yeah, so I bought these as you know, parts for parts or repair or whatever off of eBay, of course, and you can kind of see which ones are no bueno. So we got some darkness there. Dark, dark. Probably no good, but these ones should be good. We'll have to take them apart and see. Alright, so that took some doing. Tore all the tabbing off. There, these caps are on very tightly, and actually I had to stand on it to get to pull this apart. Because they go like that, you know, obviously like that, but I had to stand on it and pull up with it with my hand to pull that up. But let's see if we can get these off. So here we have another one. It's a 2 amp hour version, and so yeah, just 10 cells there. So it's the full. Still has the full, you know, casing. These are pretty cool battery holders, but they only put, you know, half the cells in there. Here's the top piece there, and so screws hold this on, and we'll just disconnect these, and then there are actually screws holding these in. So that's what I initially had a lot of trouble getting those undone, but there are screws holding these in, and so I think a guy could, you know, rebuild one of these maybe, but that's not what I'm doing. So here's a look without the circuitry here. So these hold the screws that hold these guys together. They're really hard to get apart with the screws still in there, so little Phillips can get those apart. Alright, so I've got the 2 halves apart there. So the these, I just cut those, but they were originally like that. And some more screws to pull off some tabs, and we should be able to get these cells out and check them out. So here we are. Here's a look at the cells. They are in decent shape, but they're all reading less than a tenth of a volt, so that's no bueno. Here's a look at the holders. So those are definitely reusable. Pretty cool, beefy, definitely beefy. So what I've got going down here is 10 of them in parallel. They were all at 0.08 volts too as well. And so we've got a little 1 amp lithium ion 1S charging gizmo here, and we've got USB up into my PC. And so the PC does probably half an amp out, so we're throwing half an amp, very low current for 10 cells in here. We're going to try to revive them. So right now we're 1.22 volts, so we will cross our fingers. So we've got about, there's some other cells, they're all dead, not a single one above 2.5 volts, so that's kind of a stinger. So that was 5 of these Kobalt 4 were the 2 amp or 10 cell, and 1 was a 20 cell. So, and then one of them was, they were all, this one was like completely, I opened it up and it was completely, all the batteries were, the cells were all puked out and gross, and I didn't even bother opening that one, you know, going any further into that one. Alright, so here's a single cell that I have charging, and I charged him on the little, the 1S charger board. He seems to be okay with less than 2.5 volts a cell. This charger does not like less than 2.5 volts a cell or so. So it freaks out, so I'm lucky I have that charger board. So I brought him above 2.5 volts a cell, and hopefully we can read that. 3.83 volts, and 364 milliamps. Last night I put 300 milliamps into it, so maybe we'll be able to get a 1 amp battery out of this, although I don't know. These are Sanyos. They're the high drain 20 amp tool battery, right? So 2 amp hour, and we'll see if we can get any kind of decent drain out of it. So there's that. Wish me luck.